Hey everybody, it's hwsteele. This is the first video I'm going to be doing in a series of 12 videos about using the planets to forecast the markets, the stock market, the commodities market, the forex market, pretty much any tradable market. Okay, but the program I'm going to be using is Astrolog 6.1, and you can download Astrolog. I think the current version is 6.2. You can download it for free. Just do a search on Google or Yahoo for Astrolog 6.1, 6.2, and it will take you, give you the results. You'll be able to download it. Make sure you have a virus protection program going just to make sure that you don't catch anything, that your computer doesn't catch anything from downloading it. But this is the program that I will be using. I like to use it because graphically, I like the way it looks. And anyway, it's free, so if you want to follow along with it or use it, you're more than welcome to, quite obviously. Now, the way I have it set up, I want to run through and explain it to you. The first thing I want to show you is that I have it set to the stock exchange in New York City. Its coordinates, 74 degrees, 22 minutes west, 40 degrees, 43 minutes north. And I have the houses turned off. When you first start this program, it's going to look a lot like this right here. And the very first thing I want to do is change the water signs, which are colored blue, and water elements. Anything that's a water element is colored blue. I want to change that to cyan. And if we look right here, we can go to settings, view, under view, set colors, and we see the elements here. We're going to change it from blue to cyan, and that's just a lighter color blue, and that makes it easier to see with black background. The next thing I'm going to do is go to graphics and click on graphics settings and change the character scale from 200 to 300 and the text scale from 100 to 200. Now the characters are the glyphs right here for the signs and the planets and stuff, and the text obviously is all this stuff over here. Click OK, and then it's going to make it a lot easier to see. We can see the text right here and everything. So after that, I want us to set the houses, the house system. We want to make sure, normally it's on Placidius, but we want to make sure that it's on null. It's going to look like this when you first start the program. But we want to go to house system and change it from here all the way to null. And what that does is changes this inner wheel here with the numbers is actually the house wheel. And then this outer wheel right here with all the signs of the zodiac are the zodiac wheel. So when you click on null, it turns the house wheel off basically. So the house wheel is always locked to the zodiac. So the ninth house is always the ninth sign, and so forth and so on. Keeping it like that, most of the time, most of what I'm going to be showing you in these 12 videos is going to be like this. Every once in a while, I'll show you something where we're going to actually use the house system with it turned on. But after that, what we want to do is go back to settings and click on aspect settings and change the orb. We want the orb to be 2 degrees. And in case you don't know what orb is, just go look it up on Google, Yahoo, something like that, and look up what orb means in astrology. During these 12 videos, I'm just going to be speaking in a kind of an astrology vernacular, and as a result, if you don't understand what I'm saying, just look it up. I promise you'll be able to find it very easily, the definitions for everything that I'm saying and the way that I'm talking. You'll be able to understand it if you don't already. It's not going to be like extremely hardcore astrologically, but I will be saying things like trines, squares, glyphs, orb, things of that nature. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, just look it up and it will be really easy to find the definition of it. Okay, the next thing we want to do is go to settings, go to restrictions. And this is what it's going to look like when you first start the program. We want to turn the ascendant and midheaven off to clean it up a little bit. And we're going to turn Pluto off. I don't really use Pluto a whole lot. I do somewhat, but turn off everything that I'm not going to be using. And this is pretty much what it looks like when I start up right here. I just set the aspects. There we go, trine. tell it was not doing what it was supposed to. There we go. See, and it basically cleans it up. If I were going to do something with just maybe say the moon and the sun, I would go to settings, click on restrictions, click restrict all, and that would turn everything off. See, there's nothing in the wheel. And then I can just select what I want, sun and moon, for instance, and then those would be the only two things, and they're listed right here. Now, if you notice, they're listed in the degree of the sign. The sun is in 14 degrees, 31 minutes, Gemini. The moon's in 24 degrees, 25 minutes, Libra. And we don't want it to look like that. I'm going to go to settings, go to calculation settings, and click on 360 degrees. Okay. And what that does is it tells us where in the totality of the zodiac each planet is. So for instance, the sun is at 74, 75 degrees, while the moon is at 204, 205 degrees of the actual whole zodiac. And that is how I will be using Astrolog in almost every single one of these videos. Now, if you want to enter in the coordinates for the stock exchange like I have here, just go to Info, Set Chart Info, and then you'll be able to enter in the day, the time of day. Like I can click on 12 noon here, or if I wanted to put 1 p.m., I could also. Daylight savings time, turn it on or off. The time zone, New York is 5 time zones west of Greenwich Mean Time. And then the longitude and latitude, and then you can name it current moment now. It's what it, when you start it up, what it is. And then the locations, like stock exchange, New York City, New York. Click OK, and we see that it changed to 1 p.m. there. So anyway, if whatever coordinates you want to use, I just use the New York Stock Exchange because that's going to be good enough for pretty much everything we look at in these 12 videos that we do. Or I should say that I'm doing for you guys. Now, I will tell you this. If you go into the Astrolog directory or file on your computer, it's probably going to be under C drive, wherever you install it, obviously. You can find the Astrolog, click on properties here, the astrolog.as file. And if you click on that, this has all the default settings. So instead of having to change everything every single time you turn on Astrolog, like I just showed you, you can set the settings in here. For instance, there's the default location. You can set the coordinates there. Let's see. Default planet aspect orb additions. Just go through this. You can actually, this is what I have mine set to. So if you just pause it and look at everything, I'll scroll down. Pause again, look at all this, and scroll down, pause it, and look at this, and just change your file so it looks like this. Then your program will start up like this. Let me show you. The file that I just showed you, when you start Astrolog, it looks like this. Now, we'll have to change the graphics to 1080. There we go. But as you can tell, instead of having to change all the settings like you will from the normal default from when you install it, the only thing I have to change is actually go to settings and calculation settings, go click on this right there. And then if I want to change the restrictions at all, I can do that, but I have it set. So anyway, I think that pretty much covers how I set up Astrolog. Like I said, the program's free, so you can get it and play around with it, and you don't have to spend any money. If you have a program that you like to use, by all means, follow along with that program. So hopefully you got all the information down pat, and you'll be able to download and use this and follow along with it if you so desire. So I will see you in the next video, the second video of the series.